Hello, welcome back to the channel. If you've been following us for a while, you know that we're about to start traveling full-time. Tomorrow's actually the day. So today we're here at our storage unit and we wanted to give you an insight into what you can expect if you are also looking to travel full-time and get a storage unit. We're going to talk about pricing, some hidden things we've discovered, tips and tricks for storing your stuff, and also what everything costs us. Welcome to World Wanderers.
We're Alicia and Will.
Come wander the world with us. So the first question is, do you actually need a storage unit? For us, we haven't decided for sure if we're going to do this for the rest of our lives, so we didn't want to necessarily get rid of every single thing we own. This gives us options. So we decided that we weren't saving anything like furniture or big items, kitchen stuff that we would need to rebuild a house with. We're saving important documents, hard drive backups, things that are sentimental that we might not want to get rid of forever. We also are saving things that are like refills, things that we can come back and buy in bulk. So things like shampoo bars or conditioner bars, over-the-counter medicines, laundry strips, like batteries for air tags. Basically things that when we occasionally come back to visit this unit, we can refill our bags and not have to buy single items or throw out extras in a pack because of the weight being too heavy. I'm also in the Army Reserve, so I occasionally have to come back here and I have all my Army gear, so that was a factor for us as well. We also are going to be going on different trips that have different needs. So we didn't want to get rid of all of our warm weather clothes if we're going to be in cold weather climates, or get rid of all of our snow and winter gear if we're going to Bali. So we basically decided that we are going to keep some of the seasonal clothing that we're going to switch out depending on what trip we're going on for like the next 6 months or 9 months, to not have to carry everything or rebuy duplicates later. We also think that we've saved things that will wear out over time. Things like extra socks, charging cables, underwear, vacuum bags, things that we own and wouldn't want to repurchase. So we figured we'll just keep the extras and that'll help pay for the storage unit costs each month. Now let's talk about picking a unit. We decided on a 5x5 foot storage unit, which is the smallest option possible. We wanted it because it was a lower price and we didn't necessarily need a ton of different stuff. I recommend taping off a section in your home so you know exactly what a 5x5 looks like. We kind of set up a mock space over the last week or two with all the stuff stacked up in there so we knew what it would look like, so that when we got here and purchased the contract for the month, we weren't surprised that everything wouldn't fit. So for reference, this is a 5x5 unit. I'd also recommend a climate-controlled place. We have had in the past movers use unclimate-controlled storage units, and when we got our clothes, even after 1 to 3 months, they were really gross. Like seals had disintegrated on things, stuff had melted. It was really bad. So if you're going to be anywhere in the South especially, I definitely recommend looking for a place that's climate-controlled. It also helps that it's not disgusting in here right now when we're trying to load everything up and organize everything. So air conditioning for us was a must. Again, you want to make sure that there's elevator access if you're on the second or third floor. Carrying all these bins and shelving stuff upstairs would have been a huge problem, especially if I was going to be coming on my own without Will, my husband, because occasionally I'll just be picking things up when he's not here. Or if we ever have to move units, it's definitely going to be good to have an elevator access. We also checked what the access hours were. I was under the false impression that all of these places were 24/7. You could access your stuff, and that is not the case at all. We couldn't find any units that were 24/7 without an additional cost. So this one is available from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., which is about as good as you could get. We also chose a convenient location. So whether that's near where you'll be visiting family, a big airport hub or cruise terminal that you'll regularly be going to, or just a place that's cheap to get to. So we are in New Orleans and we decided on a place close to where I will be working once a month. But basically we want to make sure that it's not going to cost you an arm and leg to get there, at which point you wouldn't come back to get your stuff because it just wouldn't make sense financially. Another thing to talk about is cost is insurance. So if you have renters or homeowners insurance, you can just add your storage unit on, no problem. It doesn't cost anything for the most part. But if you're becoming full-time travelers like we are, you won't have a homeowners insurance or renter's policy anymore. And even just to get the bare minimum ones, we were looking at $50 a month for insurance for this storage unit, which is crazy. So these units and places do offer their own insurance at about $10 to $20 a month, which is an add-on to your rental fee. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at the total price of the units when you're shopping around. For this, we are doing $56 a month right now, and that's including insurance at a convenient location for us in New Orleans. We expect that to go up by $10 to $20 a month once our contract renews. But we do have a friend that has one here who said, it's not every single month going up. So that's something to be aware of as well. But at less than $700 a year, we decided that this was worth it. A tip that I would have to utilize the most space possible is to get some kind of shelves. These we got from Costco. I think they sell them at Sam's Club or Walmart as well, but they're just metal shelves that can be built at any different height, and you can stack two on top of each other. So having the vertical space be used is definitely what you're going to want to do with a small unit. So I would get these. They're cheap, they're sturdy, and then we kept a mallet here as well so that if we ever want to switch units, the price goes up, or we need to move across the hall, we can do that easily with one person. So we kept the mallet and the tools here. I also like that they're reconfigurable, so you can move it depending on your needs. And then I'd also recommend a rolling shelf. Rolling shelves are great because you can roll it out of the unit and have tons of access to actually look at all the stuff. And then you can get in here to look at the permanent shelves and be able to access anything you need. So if you want to step inside and see, you can see that once I have this shelf removed, I can actually access all of these different bins. And I have, multiple layers worth of stuff. So I'm definitely getting my money's worth out of this 5x5. This rolling shelf is an Amazon's Basics one. We got this a few years ago, actually, in our apartment. And it's pretty cheap as well. It breaks down. I think it's $66 right now. I'll link it below in the description if you want to see it. As far as storage goes, I'd recommend using old luggage if you have it and not getting rid of it. You can see that this one's ripped apart and I've just taped it back together. This one isn't luggage that I like anymore anyway, but it's good to be able to roll it in and out of the storage unit as well. And if we would ever have to move all of our stuff, it's easy and convenient on wheels. I also would recommend plastic totes. You can take them closed and keep them kind of sealed. And it's just easy to organize everything with the plastic totes. I would also do plastic drawers for things that you want to have easy access to. So this is things that I'll be coming and refilling, getting stuff out of more often. So it's easier to see and it's not just one cavernous bin. I'd also recommend bringing some hooks or hangers. I like the garment bag that I could hang here for nicer clothes. And then I have like this hook or over the door hook that we're just putting on metal parts. And then I would also recommend a step stool because if you're short like me, you might not be able to reach the top shelves easily. So I figured having this around would be very helpful. Now let's talk about organization. I definitely recommend making a note in your phone of what is in every single bin so that you don't have to open every single one to find something. We've already had to come back to this storage unit since we've gotten it and fish out extra things that we forgot or put things away. And having a note that I could scroll through was so helpful. It definitely cut down on the time. And I can only imagine that if I'm here on a layover, that's what I would want to not waste an hour here. So definitely recommend a note with itemized, something like tropical looking bag, and then listed everything that's in it. Clear bin, listed everything that's in it. I also would recommend the Index Closet app. I might not be saying that right, but it's INDYX. What I did was photograph every single item that we both own, and then it allows you to see everything that you have. So I have like a packing list with everything that's with us, and then a list of everything that's in the storage unit so that if one of us comes back, you can be like, grab me the black shirt. Which black shirt? Oh, this one. And then you would show me a picture. So that definitely was helpful. I'd also recommend taking a video for insurance. If you ever have to make a claim, having a video of everything that you had in the storage unit will definitely be helpful. I'd say also save the contact info and access info and lock combo in an easy to access place so that you're not fishing through an email when you randomly come back in 6 months and can't remember where it is. And we'll get back to you in a year or two and let you know if we made the right decision and if we still have the storage unit. But if you'd like to follow along with our full-time travels starting tomorrow, hit subscribe, and I hope this was helpful. If you've had a storage unit and are traveling full-time, let us know below if you kept it or got rid of it over the years. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching, and safe travels.